You just take a picture?
No, it's recording.
Okay, scan the audio.
Wednesday, everybody.
Okay, so thanks everybody for coming. Today I'm going to talk about donating blood. I think it's something that is important because a lot of people get in accidents or something happens and they need blood. And the blood cannot be like man-made. Like, that's a pun, but they can't artificially make blood. It has to come from the body. So we need volunteers to get blood. And here's some few facts about blood. 32,000 pints of blood are used each day in the United States alone. And every 3 seconds, somebody needs blood. Everywhere. They need blood. There are 3 ways, or when you donate blood, you can potentially save 3 people's lives. You also get a mini physical, and you also get a thing called blood assurance. Okay, now that I've talked about what I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to go in further detail about the 3 different ways you can save a life, or save 3 people's lives. You can either donate a whole pint itself, or it can be separated. This is called apheresis according to the American Red Cross. What happens is that they can separate the red blood cells, the white blood cells, the platelets, and the plasma can go together. So it's the 3 components. And what they do is that they have this machine, and when they take your blood, they filter it out. So say they have a shortage on platelets and plasma. They can just take the platelets and plasma and give you back your red blood cells and white blood cells. Or vice versa, if they need red blood cells, they can give you back the others. And it's because they have different lifespans of the storage. So if they have a shortage, because the plasma and platelets can only be held, they have a shorter shelf life, so they need that a lot more than the red blood cells and white blood cells. You can also get a mini physical, which it's beneficial to the donor. It's more incentive, to try to get blood, to try to help you out. At the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center, they usually check for your hemoglobin, your cholesterol, your blood type. You can get a lot of information from the blood. It's usually posted a couple of days after. They usually give you a website where you can go, where you can find out the information on what they tested. They also test on other diseases. They test for 14 diseases and 11 are infectious. They do this not only to protect the recipient, but also the donor. If you have something going on with your blood, you think you would want to know what was going on. And not everybody goes to get their annual blood work, so it's just kind of a protection for the donor as well. And they also want to make sure that the recipient who is getting the transfusion gets good blood. They don't want to make them sicker by giving them someone who has like sickle cell anemia or something else. Now I talk about that, there's a few things that you need to know before you go to get blood. If you are 17, you can get blood according to the community blood center. And if you're 17 and you weigh 130 pounds, you can go get blood. Or if you're 16 and you have parental permission, if they sign a waiver saying it's okay and you weigh 130 pounds, if you're 16, you have to weigh 130 pounds. Also, to make sure that you get a good night's rest and you eat a good meal before you go and donate, because a lot of people think that if you fast, that's what you're supposed to do, and that's the worst thing that you can do, because it drops your iron level and it makes you anemic, and then if they try to take your blood, you usually pass out during the middle of it. So you're sick, you're passed out, you don't feel good now because you just tried to donate, and they don't get their whole pint that they need. They can't use it, so you just did it for nothing. And so that's a few tips before you go and donate. The whole process usually takes about 45 minutes. The longest process is the screening part. They have to ask you preliminary questions, make sure you haven't been out of the country where there are infectious diseases where you could possibly pick it up and you don't know about it. And it usually takes about 10 minutes to actually do the blood collection. So, 45 minutes to save 3 people's lives, I think that's a pretty good deal. Now there's this thing called blood assurance, and I think it's a wonderful thing that all blood centers should do. What it is that if you donate, you and your family members are covered up for a year for blood. For instance, if you or one of your family members gets into a car accident and you're bleeding and you need blood, if you have donated within the past year, the blood center where you donated will cover your blood cost. You won't have to worry about paying for it if you don't have medical insurance. And so they will pay for your blood to save your life because you donated. It's also a way to say thank you for donating, we got your back. And it's also to give you initiative to go donate every 56 days because that's the limit. If you donate on this day, you have to wait 56 days after before you go donate again. So it's kind of to keep coming back and give the blood to make sure that you have your blood assurance good in case something happens because you never know what's going to be around the corner. For example, the Mayo Clinic offers the blood assurance, and also I know the blood center here in Ocean Springs offers blood assurance. And again, it's up to a year. I think it's a really great thing that they do, just in case, it's like a thank you for giving blood. Again, I think donating blood is like a wonderful gift. You're saving someone's life. Even if you are scared of needles, it's a little thing to overcome to save someone's life because you never know when you're going to be the one in the hospital needing the blood. And it saves 3 people's lives. You get a mini physical and you get the blood insurance. So all in all, I think that everybody who is medically able should try to give blood because it's a great thing to do.